Welcome back everybody to update number 50. In this video I go back to 10 past product reviews in order and let you know how the original review went and if I continue to use the products after my reviews were over. The products covered in this video are numbers 491 through 500, that's May through June of 2023. Without further delay, let's get right to update number 50. Number 491 was a collection of kitchen gadgets under $15. It was kind of an interesting collection. Let's first flash back to see how the original review went. All right, let's take a look at the Sunny Side Out egg separator by Quirky. They say it's a magical egg separator and all you're really supposed to do is place it over the egg, squeeze and release. What you really do is just press this onto the yolk and suck it out. Oh wow, is it still one? It's still in one piece. Just pull that one in there. Oh, I got a second one. All right, so it seems like doing them one at a time is better than doing a bunch and trying to store them all in there. I think overall it works pretty well. This is a 2-pack of the Any tongs. Now the claim is that it can turn any utensil into a versatile set of tongs. You just slide it in this slot right here. Fork tongs, very cool. And then you've got the double spoon tongs. And now we can access our salad with fresh, non-food poisoning tongs here. That's pretty nice. It's kind of picking it up, but now it's actually stuck together. The dexterity isn't great, but unlike the spaghetti, it's thick enough that I can pick it up. I do think they work. I just don't think they're as good as the real thing. Next up, we have these silicone food covers. All right, so the claims that these are splatter-proof lids that can be used in the fridge, stove, or microwave. Push it down and then lift up. Whoa. Do I trust that? Absolutely not, but it is pretty cool anyways. All right, now we got a nice seal on it and it can literally lift it up. That's kind of impressive actually. It's a little bit wobbly if you try to stack them, but you could stack them, I guess. All right, I am lifting up. Well, I do not trust that at all, but it is lifting. Now they say you can take it out by the lid, but I'm a little bit leery of that. They show it being taken from the microwave by this lid. I just don't trust that enough. All right, so as far as I can tell, these work pretty well. The seal holds quite well. It's a very good splatter guard. It would go well in the fridge. It seems like it's a pretty good alternative to plastic wrap. So I think the claims on this one are pretty accurate. All right, so the lid covers I use all the time. These I use over bowls in place of plastic wrap, and it works quite well. This orange one I keep at my desk and I use it to cover up my cups when I'm drinking something, to keep bugs out because I leave my back door open sometimes. So this is something I use on a daily basis. Number 492 was the Sitpack, which is kind of a one-legged stool that folds up. Let's see how my original test went. It says this is a chair. This is the Sitpack and it extends into a full-length chair. Well, really it's more of a one-legged stool, but we'll call it a chair. The claims are that it can fold down to 2.75 by 6.75 inches, but it telescopes all the way out to 34 inches. Then all you have to do is extend the entire thing, give it a twist, and there is a very faint line on here where you can see if you're actually properly lined up or not. So let me see, first use here. Let me see, well, I mean, I'm not falling over, that's good. Folding it out, adjusting the sleeve, extending it. All the lines match up. I think we're ready to go. Is it gonna hold me? It seems to. Let me try it in the rocks here. Say we're out in the middle of the desert, nothing but rocks, let's try that. Some people do it with their feet out like this. I know that doesn't feel very comfortable. I kind of need one back for support here. What happens if you adjust this and just sit straight down on it? I don't think you're really supposed to. Let's try. It feels, I mean, that feels pretty wobbly. All right, to my first stop here. Well, it's break proof, that's good. It's hot out here. Okay, well, there we go. I'm gonna rest here for a second and then move on. I think we're set. All right, once that gets stabilized, it feels pretty good. It feels kind of nice to take some weight off my feet, although it's not the same as sitting. One thing to point out is it is kind of wobbly, so you end up having to use your leg muscles to kind of stabilize yourself. So, you know, it's not complete rest like it would, like sitting would be. Sitting would be a complete rest, this is not. Now, I felt like this does work for some people in some situations, but I never really found a situation where I needed it. Especially when I tried the Tada chair a few months later, which is a true folding chair, so this one ended up in a giveaway on Discord. Number 493 was an interesting breakfast maker. Let's first flash back and see how my original review went. All right, here it is, the very nondescript breakfast machine. Claims that it can be used as a sandwich maker, toaster, frying pan, boiling pot, and food steamer. Easy to operate, saves time, great for apartments, dorms, offices, or RVs. Let's see if the sandwich will even fit in there. Oh, yes, it will. Very nice. No preheating, I guess, so let's see what happens. I'm gonna close this up. That does not close all the way, which is probably okay. I still got the stopwatch going. We'll see how long this takes. It seems like the egg is cooking more toward the center than the edges. Oh, it's something's happening here. And the egg looks like it's doing its thing. I'm kind of rotating it this way because this side seems like it's cooking more than that one. Very uneven. This is the bottom toward the front to the back. That's not even. All right, well, that was about 4.5 minutes for the grilled cheese sandwich. It's probably about done. The egg, I think I need to flip. This side is sticking and it's not even ready yet. And that's the underside of it. This is one side, that's the other. The egg looks done too. Well, that was faster than I thought it was gonna be. That's good. So there's my final results. I don't know, first try, maybe it's not so bad. All right, so place the basket in there. We've got some broccoli in here. At the 28-minute mark, I think we're finally done. All right, it does seem like we have success here. It seems like it's nicely steamed. Let's pour it out of here. You can see the fork easily penetrates the broccoli, so it is done. As long as time is not an issue for you, it works pretty well. The griddle side, I think, was kind of barely passable. The hot plate frying pan side seems so slow to the point of barely being useful. I should also mention this pan is not non-stick. It seemed like it had a problem with that. The other thing is the cooking pot here, I developed some marks in the bottom and they haven't come out yet. To me, it's uneven, it's slow, and doesn't really make a lot of food. It's a great idea. I just don't think it's ready for prime time. Now, I've tried a lot of breakfast makers. In fact, I've tried some since then. It's one of those things that is fun to try, but I didn't end up using it long term. Number 494 was the Jogo Brew straw, which basically is a straw that allows you to bypass having a coffee maker. Let's see how my original review went. I've got my coffee in this cup. I've got some loose tea in that one. Now they say to stir the coffee and then just let it sit for about 4 minutes. It's already covered in grounds just from stirring it, so that's how many grounds are in there. I'll be curious how this really works. And we're at the 4-minute mark. The moment has arrived. Give it one last stir. Here we go. Do I think this is gonna work? If you had told me without looking at the reviews, I'd say no, but after seeing how people like it, I'm gonna say it might. Oh, wow. Wow, there's actually 0 grounds in that. Wow, I gotta say, I'm kind of impressed. I'm very impressed, actually. Let's try add a little creamer and see what happens. Wow, that's actually, that's very smooth tasting. You can see how much is actually in there, wow. And that's all she wrote. All the grounds in the bottom, I got none in my mouth. I think it works. But let's move on to the tea now and see how that works. That's perfectly fine. There's a lot of tea. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not. There's a lot of tea floating around in there and none are going to the straw. None of it. As far as the coffee and the tea goes, I really think it worked surprisingly well. So I have nothing really bad to say about it. Now that's one I kind of left out for a while and use on occasion, but it occurred to me not long after that I don't really like drinking coffee out of a straw. I kind of like sipping it out of the mug. So unfortunately, this one ended up in the boneyard. Number 495 was kind of an interesting 8-in-1 kitchen gadget. It looks like a big bottle. It was kind of an interesting product, and here's how my original review went. It is an 8-in-1 kitchen gadget that stacks into the shape of a wine bottle. Now on the top is a funnel, and you have this silicone tip here which kind of switches around, so you can actually use it like that. I don't know how a funnel could really be messed up, but in this case it wasn't. Right now we have a lemon juicer. And yeah, not bad. It's nothing extraordinary about it, but it's certainly acceptable. They say this is a bottle opener. They actually mean jar opener. Now it looks like this is gonna fit right over it, just the perfect size. And when that's the case, oh yeah, that was actually pretty good. It seems like it's kind of good to just wrap it around there. Oh, I didn't even have to grab onto the top here. Next up is a very small cheese grater. They got some arrows here to tell you which direction to go. Okay, that's what I'm seeing from that side. The holes are so small on here that this would take a long time. You can see just how small that cheese is that it grates. It's a very small. This one they call an egg pulverizer. I believe they mean it's an egg masher. Oh, it's just smashing it. These are not sharp edges to cut through there. I'm literally just smashing it. Ugh. That looks so bad. A seasoning grinder, it's really just a ginger grater. I mean, it is working. It's not working very well, but it is working. Egg separator, that looks like it might work. That looks pretty basic. Here we go. Oh, it worked. It worked. Will it stay there? It looks like it's staying there. I think it worked. All right, so I think it's gonna work. This measuring cup, which is only in milliliters. For the rest of the world, that's great. For here in America, we'd probably rather a different measuring system than that. All right, so I guess some of them kind of worked better than others, which is kind of what I expected. I'm not convinced it's gonna replace any of the gadgets in your kitchen, but it's kind of a cool display piece. If you have a small kitchen, maybe it would come in handy. It's almost more of a novelty piece than anything. Now, this is one I still have in the kitchen, but all I really use from that are the funnels. That's not really a reason to buy something like this, but I didn't really have good funnels to begin with, so I do use it for that. But the rest of the tools I didn't find particularly useful. Number 496 was the Coolify Zone, which is a air conditioner you wear around your waist. Let's see how the original review went. All right, this is the Coolify Zone from Taurus. It keeps you dry and comfortable at all times with the 2 fans that are in here. This includes a phase change material which absorbs heat. I have the larger strap here, so let me just see. It looks pretty simple as far as that goes. So, well, let me press the button here, see what we got. I'm on low right now and I feel a little bit. I guess I feel it kind of blowing up on my face. It's pleasant. It's not strong, but it's pleasant. On low, do I feel it on my face over this mild breeze out here? Not at all. I don't feel it. It kind of dissipates by about right here. Let me see, medium. Not really, no, not really. High, all right, I feel high. I feel on high. It barely competes with this very mild breeze though. I feel it, not very strong. In the shirt now, let me turn it on. Oh, now I feel that. I feel it under my shirt. That's pretty nice. Medium, even better. I feel it even in the breeze. And high, I definitely feel that. All right, so it looks like the phase change material is completely liquid now. It didn't take that long, but it is liquid now. You know, after using this for a couple days, I will say I like it a little bit better. If you wear it outside your shirt, it kind of looks like a fanny pack. When you wear it inside your shirt, it looks like there's something kind of going on inside your shirt. I've actually found wearing it much higher, almost to my chest, works better. It reduces the distance between the fan and your face, and this is where I get sweaty, so to me, way up here kind of works better, although that is kind of strange too. This is good. It might even be the best waist fan out there, but I think that most people would find even half the cost to be kind of expensive. $130, that's a tough sell. Now, I'm a big fan of the Coolify 2 neck fan, which I've been using pretty consistently ever since I reviewed it a while back. But the Coolify Zone was kind of a disappointment. I didn't really feel like it offered that much benefit. It was kind of overpriced. So to me, this one ended up in the boneyard. Number 497 was the Plufl, which is advertised as a dog bed for humans. Let's see how my original review went. This is the Plufl, which is advertised as the world's first human dog bed. This is what we got. We got the 2 bolsters there. We've got the cover and we've got the foam pad. That's nice and soft. These feel pretty soft too. This feels like a foam pad. All right, so I'm gonna come back tomorrow, assemble this and get started. They say unzip it, fold it over. It's already a lot of work. Now we got to slide the pad in the bottom here. That's it. Oh, look at Bailey already knows. She already knows. First real world test here. What do you think, Bailey? Come on, come on, come on. The assembly was not fun. I did not like that at all. I can see if someone who's on the smaller side might struggle with that. I struggle with it myself. Obviously at 5'10", my feet are gonna hang off if I were to stretch out. But man, that material is really soft. And Bailey seems to love it. Even just touching it with your hands doesn't really indicate how soft it is when you lay on it. Even though my feet hang off, it doesn't really feel that bad. Oh, she likes it. I thought it was supposed to be a dog bed for humans, but it looks like it's a dog bed for dogs. And it's certainly dog approved. Is it human approved? Maybe. Bailey really likes it though. It actually feels good enough to use this as a pillow. On my side, I guess if I'm kind of curled up, it's not too bad. And once again, this is a good size pillow, if you want to call it that. I guess if you were sweaty, it may not be good because it's kind of warm. It may not be a summertime lounging product. It feels like it would be good for the wintertime. Get in here, come on, get in here. She's sitting, Bailey, why are you sitting on me? Well, they say it's good for lounging with your pets. I would say that both Bailey and I would agree with that. What do you think, Bailey? She's very excited right now. She's breathing heavily. She's very excited. Now what's interesting about the Plufl is even though it's supposed to be a dog bed for humans, I've really only used it as a dog bed for dogs. My dogs do like it, but it's very large. It's kind of hard to find a spot for it. So most of the time I've had it stored behind my couch. I can see how some people might like it, but to me the size just makes it something I don't use very often. Number 498 was the Hoverpen, which is a pen that basically magnetically levitates on a base. Let's flash back to my original review and see how that went. This is the Hoverpen. Not only does it function as a pen, but it also balances on its tip when not in use. Now the claims are that the pen stays perfectly balanced on its pedestal thanks to a magnetic cap. They say it can be used as a fidget toy. It feels pretty light. It feels hollow. It's made of aluminum and it has this cap here, which I believe that's partially where all the magic lies. You need that on there for it to balance. Putting it down there slowly, oh, I can feel the magnets. But if I put it down there, it stands up. What do you know? There you go. Can I tap on it? Oh yeah. Spin it. It's actually spinning, you can't tell, but it actually is spinning. It has to be in that center section or it won't balance, I guess. That's pretty cool. Say you're writing, just drop it on there, boom. I like it. It's pretty cool. Jumps over. It feels okay in my hand, although I wouldn't say it's overly ergonomic. But they do say it's free flowing. Let's see if I can just draw a continuous line without it breaking up. Let's see what we got here. I would say the ink flow is pretty smooth. It's pretty even. It's a very fine tip, but it does seem to be doing pretty well as far as that goes. The cap is not really a factor to me. In fact, I like the fact that it has a cap to cover the tip up. Would you take what's a pretty good pen and tack on about another $50 or $60 in cost to make it hover? Maybe, some people might. So regarding the cons on Amazon, I would say it's not that easy to knock over. It might be overpriced, but as far as the pros go, I would agree that it does work. It looks nice, and it's a pretty good pen. Now this is one that I left out. I used it a few times as a pen. It kind of became a display piece on my mantle for almost a year, but recently I just gave it away, so it's not something that I ended up using long term. Number 499 was a collection of popcorn gadgets. It was kind of interesting. Let's see how my original review went. This is the Ecolution popcorn maker that goes in the microwave. Pat of butter to the top here. All right, seems like it took a little bit longer. Maybe the butter affected the temperature of it. Let's see what we got here. The butter's definitely gone. I don't really think it came out burnt or anything. A lot of people seem to have a problem with it. I'm not able to duplicate that problem. It's a light butter flavor. I like it. I think it came out good. So why did I not have a problem while a lot of people on Amazon did? Maybe I didn't use as much butter as they do. That could have some effect on it. Next over here is the Dash popcorn ball maker. I've never made popcorn balls before, so it sounds kind of pretty fun. First up, make half a cup of popcorn kernels. Next up, I have to melt 3 tablespoons of butter and 2 cups of mini marshmallows and pour it over the popcorn and mix them up. Scoop out some popcorn and the lid to smash it down. You twist it and supposedly we'll have a popcorn ball. Let's see. Well, not bad really. Let's try another one. All right, twist. I'm gonna put a popsicle stick in here this time. Remove the cap. What do you guys think? Pretty simple, pretty easy. Here's the one with the popsicle stick, which looks pretty nice. And here's the one without. It's pretty simple, but I do think the popcorn ball maker does work. Cherry Lane popcorn pods. They say it's a new way to make popcorn. 4 different flavors. Let's just grab the butter flavor out of here. Nice packaging, I'll say that. Oh wow, it's kind of a buttery feeling. It kind of has a slick feel to it. So we're just supposed to put it in the bottom there and cover it up. Our first pop, 3.5 minutes. We're definitely going now at the 4-minute mark. We're making progress. I think we're just about done at the nearly 5-minute mark. Here we go. It looks good. It smells good. Let's take a taste and see what we got. Oh yeah, that's good. That's very good. Not a lot of unpopped kernels either. I mean, it's about 1 big bowl full. I like the process. The taste is very good. The amount is fine. I like everything about this except for the price. Now, as far as the popcorn pods goes, I ate all them. I enjoyed them, but I didn't order any more. The popcorn ball maker, I didn't really do that again. The Ecolution popcorn maker, I did use a couple times, but it could never really replace my beloved Stir Crazy, which is still my go-to popcorn maker. So unfortunately, that one ended up being donated. Number 500 was this, which is a master opener. I saw this one advertised on television. I knew I had to try it out, and here's how my test went. It's a 5-in-1 kitchen gadget. It seems pretty popular, so I'm gonna try it out for myself and see how it really works. It seems like each function is pretty easy to access, and big surprise, it worked. Because it's so big and bulky, it actually makes it pretty solid to hold on to. When you first put it on there, it kind of slips, but as soon as you apply pressure, it seems to grab onto it. It's very smooth. I'm not requiring very much effort. There it goes. Oh, wow. It does feel pretty smooth though. And there we go. Slide it underneath, pull back. Wow, that's very smooth. I will say, I've done other ones like this, did not work that well. All right, so I've got it hooked onto the jar. Oh, I heard it. It was quiet, but I heard it. Oh yeah, huh. And once again, hooking it onto the jar itself. Give it a pull. Oh, I heard and felt that release. I would say this one is kind of a jack of all trades and a master of most. All right, so this one I still have in my kitchen. I'll leave it in my drawer. I use it on occasion. Now the can opener I pretty much use as a backup in case my other can opener is dirty. The rare occasion I have a bottle opener, I do use this one, and the rare occasion I need a pull tab for cans, I use this. So it doesn't get a lot of use, but it does come in handy once in a while. All right, so that's a pretty good collection of gadgets, I would say, of this group. Surprisingly, the ones I use the most are these silicone lids. I use them all the time. I'd never thought I would. But that's all I've got for this update. I'll be back in about another month with my next update. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.